To sew a specialty pocket, that would be any pocket in a shape other than a square, like say a rounded pocket, or it could be a heart-shaped, butterfly-shaped, really anything. You're going to cut out 2 pieces out of your flannel, and if you need some extra flannel, if you want a contrasting color, let me know. We probably won't serge them, especially if there's a lot of curves to them. I did just serge the top straight part of these pockets, and then you're going to put them good to good, although in the case of a solid fabric there's no good or bad, but if you have a print fabric, make sure you have good against good at this point, and throw some pins in, match all your edges, keep your fabric nice and flat, and you're going to start sewing on the straight side of the side, so not at the top, not on the curve of the pocket, but on the straight side. So I'm going to double pin where you're going to start, right here, and where you're going to stop, right here. So you're going to start reverse here, go all the way around, and end reverse here, leaving this part between the 2 double pins open. So line it up. You're going to sew at the beginning 2 pins, so needle down, foot down. You can remove those first 2 pins. Start to sew, reverse. Take your time getting around the curve. Take out pins when you need to. Trying to keep it on the 15. Now, if you find it hard to sew in a curve, you could draw the line first with tailor's chalk if you like. Come up to the top, needle in, foot up, pivot. Make sure you put that foot back down. So across the top, so you get to 1.5 centimeters from the edge, needle in, foot up, pivot. And then you're going to sew down to that double pin. When I get close to it, I'm going to pull them out, go another centimeter, and reverse back. So the reason that you leave an opening is so that you can flip it. So cut your threads, cut your original threads, and then you're going to, using your fingers, flip the pocket right side out. Actually, just before I do, I'm going to trim these corners. Cut off the triangle and then just taper cut this corner and then this corner. We're going to just reduce a little bulk first. It's going to make it easier once you flip it. So now flip it, pull the whole thing right side out. And then you can use the point presser to help you get those corners out. And the fact that we trim them is going to make it easier to get them out. Make sure everywhere you sewed, those seams come fully out. So that when you take this to the steamer to press it, it looks nice and even. And that little opening, you're going to press it so the seam is on the inside and it looks like a nice even pocket. So I pressed the pocket flat so it looks nice and even, and then I pinned it to the other side on the back, making sure I only pin to the back, not to the front. I free armed the machine, made sure I have a clear foot on, and then I'm going to slide the front underneath so that I'm dealing with just the back layer, just a single layer. I'm going to line it up, the top of the pocket, foot down, needle down. I'm going to sew a few stitches, reverse a few stitches, and I'm sewing right on the edge of the pocket. And you can stop and check every so often, make sure nothing has come up underneath. You don't want to sew the front to the back or sew the leg shut. You just want to sew the pocket on the back only, or on the front or side, wherever you've chosen. Whenever it feels awkward, needle in, foot up, pivot. Remove those pins if they're in your way, but you're going to try to sew right on the edge. You may also want to keep your hand flatten that pocket, stretch it every so often, make sure it's staying flat. Pivoting whenever it feels awkward. And really take your time getting around those curves. You want it to look good because your stitching will show. You want it nice and neat. Now if you change the top thread only to the same color as the pocket, it will be more forgiving if your stitching isn't completely even. Almost at the end, reverse, and then cut your threads, remove your pins, and I usually recommend you go and press that pocket again, and then you're finished, your specialty pocket.